Hello, everyone. You're welcome to episode 4. Wow, it's been a journey for me, and I hope it's also been an exciting journey for you. Learning, sharing my experience, and also from learning from you all as well. So, thank you for the comments, for the suggestions, and for the hype. So, you're welcome to another edition of my Diary of a Doctor's Wife. My name is Osomwonken Josephine Omoniyi. I know that's a mouthful. So just call me Iyawo Doctor. And this is another episode where I'll be sharing my experience and some tips I have learned along the way that has helped me cope, survive, still slay as a doctor's wife. So stay tuned. All right, so you're welcome back. So this episode 4, we're going to be talking about time management skills and scheduling techniques. Yes, I don't want to forget. Yeah, time management and scheduling techniques. So if you remember in episode 3, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Okay, so one of the skills I talked about, one of the ways I talked about as, dealing with the alone time, I mentioned connecting with your spouse. All right. So some of the questions I got, how can I connect with my spouse even when, they're not physically present with me or my partner? So that's why I decided to record this particular episode for you. So remember, the Diary of a Doctor's Wife is basically a podcast for people in relationships or in marriages that they have a busy spouse, or you are the busy spouse, or both of you are busy spouses, all right? And you just want to learn ways you can make your relationship or marriage thrive and miss the busyness, all right? So just making you live happy and fulfilling lives. So that's a summary about what the podcast is all about. So for this edition, this episode 4, we're going to be talking about how we can practically manage our time and then schedule different activities for your relationship or for your marriage. All right. So one of the things I know that has helped me and Doctor is that we are intentional about everything that we do. Yes, you cannot say, my spouse is busy or I'm busy, my partner should understand. No, you need to be intentional about making your relationship or your marriage work. So I'll just be sharing a few tips that has helped us manage our time wisely and basically manage our time wisely. So it's important that we note that time is currency. Yes, time is a form of currency. So the way you spend it is very, very important. And if you know that you want your marriage to work, you need to be consistent about the way you spend time with your partner. All right. So the first way that I know that has helped us in managing our time and scheduling different scheduling strategies is that we prioritize each other. So that's the first point I want to share with us. Make sure that you prioritize each other. Yes, I know there's work, I know there's children, I know there's in-laws, I know there are a lot of things that can take our time away, but it's important you prioritize yourselves, okay? You're discussing about how your day will be or how your month will be so that you can adequately plan how both of you would relate at those times. All right, so you're prioritizing yourself. At the back of your mind, anything you want to do, you are making sure that, my partner is the top of the list. Okay, so you're planning your work meetings, you're planning your work, anything you're planning, make sure that your partner is at the top of the list. Or how is this possible? It is possible. Regularly discussing and prioritizing your goals together, you're regularly discussing and prioritizing the things you want to do individually and collectively. All right, so if, for example, you are the busy partner, you are also discussing with your spouse or your partner, what's going on with you? How are you doing? What about that business proposal you wanted to write? What about that application that you did? Or how did your day go at work? Because you're prioritizing each other, your marriage will thrive or your relationship will thrive. That is a way of how you can manage your time. All right. Another thing I have to say is you're deliberately scheduling time. You're deliberately scheduling your fun times together. All right, or just basically time together. So whether it's fun times or brainstorming times or prayer times, whatever you want to use your time to do, you're deliberately planning and scheduling it. You know how you schedule your work meetings. You know how you plan. Oh, I'm going to see this person today. I'm going to see that patient today. I'm going to see my boss by this time of the week. I'm going to send an email. You also need to incorporate that in your schedule. That way, you know that you're looking forward to doing something. Iyawo Doctor, won't that make it mechanical? Not really. Because if you do not plan to spend quality time with your partner, or invest quality time. I won't call it an investment. I'll call it an investment. If you don't spend or deliberately schedule quality time in your relationship or in your marriage, you just notice that 2 years has gone, we haven't really done anything together, or 5 years has gone, 6 months has gone, and we haven't adequately done anything together. So it's important that you deliberately schedule times together. So what do you want to do with your spouse? What do you want to do with your partner? Schedule it into your calendar. All right. That's also very, very important. So take, for example, every Sunday or every Monday, you could have maybe a prayer time, or you could have maybe a movie date, or just something. Be creative with whatever you're planning with your partner and with your spouse. Another thing I want to say is learning how to say no. When you're planning, because you understand that time is currency and is also limited because of the career or position of your partner, or if it's both of you that are busy, you need to understand that you will need to learn how to say no to certain things. So take, for example, you're a go-to person, everybody loves you and everybody wants you around them, or you're a great planner. And you know that this particular weekend is kind of free for you, all right, and your partner. You may need to learn to say no to an invitation to come and do something that may not, all right, bring money, or even if it does bring money, because you know that you may not get that free time again from your partner. So it's important that you learn how to say no, because you know that there are other times that you can spend with that particular person that is inviting you to do something. All right, so deliberately learning how to say no. Oh, I remember times when there would be not necessarily a work meeting for my spouse, that's for doctor, but because he knows this time is free now and I don't know when I'll spend another time with my babe, you know what, he will decline that. Or maybe just something that he knows he can always get another time to do that activity. Same thing with me. Or if I know that I can always go and visit my sister another day and she's saying, oh, encourage her, come see me. I'm like, okay, you know what, doctor is around this weekend. Let me spend some time with him. I'll come next weekend, because I know next weekend he would be busy. All right. So learning how to say no. It may seem selfish at first, but it's not selfish, because remember, point one, you're prioritizing both of you. You're prioritizing your marriage or your relationship. So remember, we're talking about time management and scheduling techniques. So if you've gotten to this point, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and let's go on. So 3 points we've talked about so far. 1, you're prioritizing, both of you, you're prioritizing your marriage. 2, you're learning how to say no. You're learning how to say no. And then 3, you're scheduling deliberately into your calendar different times that both of you can spend together. So whether it's prayer time, movie time, popcorn time, whatever you want to do, discussion time, financial planning time, whatever it is, or talking about the children, or even learning time, both of you can decide to read a book and review it together. Very powerful. Or you watch a movie. I do this with Doctor. We watch a movie together and then we review it. So whether it's, oh, this person was just shooting too much, or, oh, I like what this person said in this movie, you're deliberately doing all of that. So another point that has helped me, point 4, is you're taking advantage of downtimes. So when I mean downtimes, I mean times like maybe breaks, times like maybe there's a little gap between, for me, for example, I may have like 30 minutes in between sessions. So I could use the opportunity to text the doctor, or to, hey, doctor, are you free for a call now? Something like that. So taking advantage of downtime. So you're not waiting for when you have 3 hours before you, call, or before you have a video call or text. No, remember, this is time management. So I have 30 minutes in between my sessions, in between my therapy sessions. So I can just quickly send a message to doctor. Oh, how are you doing? Just checking up on you. I just finished from a session. I'm going into one now. How are you doing? How is work going? I have connected with my spouse at that time. So look at your schedule. What are the different loopholes that you've noticed that, oh, I can actually do something at this time. I can actually send a note at this time, or just send a video of myself working, something like that. Be creative, all right? So you're taking advantage of downtime, maybe in between sessions, in between work, break times, or maybe there's a meeting and then the meeting hasn't started, something like that. And then another point I want to talk about is your delegating. If you're a woman or if you're a man, whatever gender you are, please, you cannot do everything. Make sure you delegate. Yes, delegation, time management. What does that have to do with me? Yes, because the reason why you feel overwhelmed, the reason why you feel that, oh, there's not enough time for me and my spouse is because you're doing everything. What are those things that you know other people can do and that you can delegate so that you have some free time to discuss or to plan certain activities with your spouse? So take, for example, if you know that you can afford it and you can have someone that can clean for you, please do so. There's no crime in it. Because the time you spend cleaning and cooking and all of that, maybe a particular weekend, it will take up a lot of time and then you may be too tired and you may not be able to spend time with your partner. All right, but if you know that this particular weekend or this particular day, my spouse is going to be around, why don't I order in? Or why don't I plan ahead? Something like that. Ask someone to come help you. So you're delegating certain tasks that you know can take up your time. All right, and you want to save time here. That's why you're managing your time to spend with your partner. So you're delegating, you're automating certain activities. All right, that would really, really help you. And then finally, I want to say that it's important that you review consistently. That's the fifth point. It's important that you review maybe every week or every month your communication styles, your time management skills for that month. So take, for example, this is something doctor and I do, like, this week, we didn't really talk. What happened? Yes, it was very, very busy at work. Okay, don't worry. We'll do it better next week. That kind of thing. We're deliberately looking at or reviewing our progress. So that way we know this went well, this didn't go well. So 5 points I have mentioned. I hope they were really helpful for you. If you've maybe done anything that I haven't said or practice any strategy that I haven't said, I would like to hear from you. So I mentioned 5 points: prioritizing each other, learning how to say no. You're also planning your activities. You're planning your time. You're scheduling it into your calendar. You're reviewing your progress. And then, yes, you're taking advantage of downtime. So these are the 5 points I shared with you in this video on time management and scheduling techniques for a busy partner or for a busy relationship. And I'll see you in my next video. Please don't forget to like this video, share with someone who is in a relationship that is quite busy or in a marriage that they're both busy, and subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell so you know when I drop a video. All right, so I'll see you in my next video. So this is me signing out, Iyawo Doctor. Keep on being intentional. Keep on being deliberate about your relationship because there's a purpose to your marriage. Bye.